If you forget the console port login password or perform misoperations when logging in to a device, device login or management may fail. In this case, you can reset the console port login password through two methods. If Telnet or SSH login is enabled, use Telnet or SSH to log in to the device and reset the console port login password. If the preceding method does not work, press Ctrl+B during device startup to reset the console port login password. Next, let's see how to use the two methods. One method is to log into the device through Telnet or SSH and then reset the console port login password. Let's use SSH login as an example. The device supports both AAA authentication and password authentication, as password authentication may not be secure. AAA authentication is strongly recommended. Therefore, AAA authentication is also used as an example here. As shown in the command output, start by entering the user interface view of the console port. Then, run the authentication mode command to set the user authentication mode to AAA. Exit the user interface view, enter the AAA view, and configure the local username and password. The other method is to press Ctrl+B during device startup to reset the console port login password. If there are two main control boards, you need to remove or power off the standby main control board before resetting the password through this method. Some devices and versions do not support the use of Ctrl+B. For such devices and versions, you can press and hold the RST button on the main control board to reset the device and clear the password, because this method causes the original configuration file to be cleared. You are advised to periodically back up the configuration file. The first step is to connect the PC to the console port of the device and restart the device. When the message, "Press Ctrl+B to enter kernel menu," is displayed, press Ctrl+B immediately to enter the kernel menu. Then, enter the boot menu password to enter the boot menu. Note that one highlighted on the screen indicates that you need to press Ctrl+B within 1 second. The information displayed in the hyperterminal window varies according to devices. You need to select the corresponding operations as prompted. Choose Clear Password for console user from the kernel menu to clear the console port login password. The name of this menu item varies between boards. After choosing this menu item, you need to confirm whether to continue the clear operation. In this case, select Y for the clear operation to take effect. If the message "Clear console password success" is displayed, the password is cleared successfully. After the device starts, you can set a new console port login password and use this password to log into the device. Then, you can perform configuration operations, such as configuring an IP address for the management network interface. If the device has two main control boards, you need to connect the PC to the console port on the standby main control board through an Ethernet cable, and repeat the preceding operations. That's all for this video about the operations to be performed when you forget the console port login password of a NetEngine series router. Thank you for watching.